Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome once again to the United Regional Chamber's weekly update. We try to bring on you some interesting guests and some interesting subjects, and we're coming into a very critical time of the year, the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and with a lot of the food insecurity that is going around right now, I thought it would be best to bring on my friend, Heather Porreca, who is the head of the Hebron Food Pantry. She's chief cook and bottle washer. So, Miss Heather, welcome to the show.
It's so nice to be here. Thank you for asking me to come on your show, Jack. I appreciate it. Also, real quick, happy heavenly birthday to your mom. I know today was her
Oh,
birthday.
thank you very
So,
much.
yeah, it's nice to
Thank you.
remember those we love so much. So,
Yes. Well, we talked a little bit before. First, tell us about Hebron Food Pantry, and then we'll get into some of the specifics.
sure. So, Hebron Food Pantry is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Our goal is to eradicate hunger in the greater Attleboro area. We serve Attleboro, North Attleboro, Mansfield, Norton, Plainville, Rehoboth, and Seekonk. We are a for choice food pantry, so people can come in and shop for the things that their family likes to eat instead of just being handed a bag of things that they may not
Yep.
like. So that just kind of brings the your worth and your value up to be able to choose the food that you want to eat. We have been in operation for 25 years. This year is our 18th year in business here. So we recently transitioned to appointment-based shopping. And so we are open. We used to be open for 10 hours a week of distribution. We're now open 25 hours a week for distribution.
And it takes an awful lot of volunteers to do what you do. How many volunteers did you have on an average week?
So we have about 125 volunteers like on a rotation through here, and we have receiving in the morning and then distribution in the afternoon. So we have different crews who do different things. So they're incredibly passionate and dedicated, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do without them. They're awesome.
Well, tell us now if there's a family in need or some folks in need, how do they go about arranging to pick up some food from you folks at the Hebron Food Pantry?
Sure. So they can either give us a call. Our number is 774-331-2120. It's also super easy to go to our website, which is hebronfoodpantry.org under the shopping tab. Everything you need to know about how to become a client of ours is listed there. There's a very simple application, just your name, address, the people who live in your home. And the only other proof that we need or whatever you need to be able to come in is we need a proof of residency, what we like to call a POR. You just have to bring in a piece of mail from within the last 30 days that say you live in one of those 7 communities that I mentioned, and then you're able to shop.
And there's quite a different variety of food that people can say, like you explained a minute ago. It's like shopping, so you don't
Yeah,
get handed stuff that you don't really like or you end up going to throw away.
right.
So, do they make an appointment to come and see you?
Yes. So when we onboard you as a new client, we discuss what works best for your family, what time works better. It's only been 8 weeks that we've converted to this appointment based schedule. Before we used to have long lines, and what we have found is that we were missing a whole swath of people who need help, most specifically families. So it's really hard for a mom with some underage, toddlers with her to wait in line for an hour to be able to get food. So this appointment-based shopping has been unbelievable. I've had moms coming into my very spacious office, as you can see, just crying, being like, "You just gave me 2 hours of my life back." Or, you know, some families only have one vehicle, and so if dad's at work or mom's at work, somebody else, they can make different arrangements for it. So it's been incredibly beneficial. It's been a lot of work on our end. And we actually have increased our client base by more than 60%. Yeah,
On an average, how many families do you service a week?
a week. You're not going to like these numbers, but we have over 600 people come in and shop every single week.
Wow.
Our numbers are we feed, so that one person comes in, but this represents who's living in their home. So we feed 1,800 adults, 849 children, and 411 seniors every single week.
Well, it's just an incredible service, and unfortunately, your need is growing and growing,
It really is.
because the cost of goods, the cost of things going on. Now, tell us, how do you get the food? How do you pay for the food that you distribute?
So we are a fully donation and grant based organization. All of the funding that comes in comes from the generosity of residents all over the place in the greater Attleboro area. I also do a lot of work. My primary role here is to do the grant writing, and we've been very fortunate that philanthropic organizations really support the need of people to have the basic human right of food. So, uh, so that's where most of that comes from. And then to actually procure the food, we have a contract with the Greater Boston Food Bank. So we go to Boston 6 times a month and get 8,500 pounds of food every month. And then we also have contracts with grocery stores in our area. So Shaw's, Stop and Shop, BJ's, Target, all of those. We have volunteers who go to those stores and pick up donations from them every single day of the week. So every morning we have receiving. So on average, we receive about 20,000 pounds of food every week, and we give out pretty much 20,000 pounds of food every week.
Well, and it runs like a machine. You folks run like a machine over there.
We do.
I hear there's a drill sergeant named Heather who
Uh,
kind of keeps everybody in line.
well, my executive director, Carissa Phillips, she's phenomenal. She's actually the one that has the harder conversations than me because, if you ever, Jack, you know how
Yeah,
I am. So,
you're a
um,
softie.
yeah. So, what's awesome is that each day of the week we have like set volunteers, and they're like little individual families that come in, and the left hand knows what the right hand is doing, and it's just a whole bunch of people doing all the great work. And it just we wouldn't be anything without our volunteers, and it is hard work, and it's dirty, and we're in a space that doesn't have air conditioning, so it can get pretty sweaty in here during the summer and whatnot. So hopefully next summer we'll be in our new building, which we bought a building over on Emery Street. So this spring we should be able to get in there, have a nice ribbon cutting, which of course you'll be invited. And that actually expands our space from the 800 square feet that we work out of now to over 3,000 square feet. So that's an exciting change for all of our clients and our volunteers here at the pantry.
Well, you kind of beat me to the punch because
Oh,
that was my
sorry.
next question. That's oh no, that's our next question, and it's exciting news.
Yeah.
All right, tell us some of the improvements that you're doing to the building.
So we purchased 40 Emery Street, which is the former Cull's Office Supply, which some of your chamber members might remember of them.
Yep.
It was a convenience store for a little bit. We do have to put in an ADA compliant bathroom. We need to just kind of make some logistical changes so that when we get our deliveries, it's a little bit easier for us. But most importantly, we have parking. We also have windows because we are in the basement of the Centenary Church. So that'll be fantastic. And the biggest part is that this building specifically. So I've been searching for a building for the food pantry for probably 3 years. This particular building is smack in the center of our highest population of our clients. What that's going to do for them is it will be your neighborhood bodega. It'll be so easy for the moms and dads to walk over, do their shopping, and walk home. The ease of use of that building will help our volunteers with all of that receiving that I was talking about. Right now, we have to go down this giant ramp, and it's just complex. This new building will offer that. The legitimacy that we're looking for, that we are actually a grocery store, and that we're here as stakeholders in our community for years to come.
Well, one thing that the public needs to understand is it is not just food insecurity that you help with. It's a little bit of self confidence. It's some folks would be embarrassed or feel funny. You don't make them feel that way.
Right.
You make them feel very comfortable. You make them feel at home, and that's just the culture that you have there at the Hebron Food Pantry. That you and the team really make people more comfortable. Nobody likes to ask for food. Uh,
Nobody likes to ask for help. I don't like to
no,
ask for help, right?
no,
So our goal is to remove the stigma of asking for help. In doing so, we formerly were what was called a working person's pantry. So you would have to show a pay stub or an unemployment check to prove that you needed the help. Since COVID, we've removed that barrier from people. We just rely, because again, it's hard to ask for help. If you It's not like we have the top of the line of the best groceries. We have everything that's very nutritious, but it's not Cheerios. It's toasted oats in the white box, you know? So
right.
we're to come here and ask us for help, we're going to go the extra effort to try and be able to provide you and your family what you need so that you can pay a medical bill, so that you could buy new sneakers for your kids, so that you could buy medicine or keep your lights on. Like, that's what we're here for. It's hard. Our everywhere across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is going through it, across the country, quite frankly. And our little part is to make people feel comfortable when they come here, and that they keep coming back, and that we can keep helping them, so that eventually they can have independence. A lot of our volunteers are former clients. They were working really hard. One of the things that I like to say is you're never unable to fall simply because you're standing now. Anything can happen to anyone at any time. You could have a
Absolutely.
car accident. Your car could break down. You could have a medical emergency. And in short order, you're trying to figure out how to feed yourself. So that's what we're here for. Everybody that walks through our door is already going through it. They don't need it. They don't need a harder time from us to get a box of cereal or some pasta or fresh produce or anything like that. So thank you for noticing that, Jack. We really do try to make people feel comfortable.
Well, I'm around town quite a bit, and I've spoken to quite a few folks that have come to you.
Hmm.
And since you've changed this appointment base,
Hmm.
it's made people feel a little bit better because you're not standing outside in a big line, and
In the
people
rain
drive
and the
by
heat.
and see
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah, we get a lot of that. So I do have, so there are some people in the Attleboro school system, teachers, aides, that need our assistance. They're a part-time employee, they're per diem, whatever. They won't come here because they know they're going to see students or parents of students. And so we make other arrangements to meet them at alternate times so that they feel comfortable with that. We get it. We understand how hard it is. And so we do try to go that extra mile for people when they're in certain circumstances. We have people who live in these 7 communities who have food pantries in those communities, but don't want to go to those community food pantries
because
because they
they,
don't want to be seen. So it's good. We're just here to help. We're not here to judge. We're not, I have people ask, oh, it looks like they have a brand new car. Well, they're probably living in it. Like, that's the last thing that they have that we just try to remove that judgment. That's all.
that's right. There's no judgment when they come through those
No,
doors.
no.
So, as we're starting to wrap up a little bit, tell us, how can the general public help?
So first and foremost, we have a donation to our organization. For every dollar donated, it gives us $20 of buying power at the Greater Boston Food Bank. So it's just your donation immediately comes back into this community in the form of food and keeping your friends and neighbors safe and healthy by having enough food, you know, that way. We have a PayPal link on our website. Also, just regular food donations. We're open Monday through Friday for receiving. So if you're at the grocery store, pick up an extra couple boxes of cereal, pick up the ingredients to make your favorite meal and drop it off. It is so helpful. We need condiments all the time. We do have the food. We don't always have the stuff to make the food taste good. So garlic salt, pepper, you know, ketchup, mustard, barbecue sauce, mayonnaise, any of those things are super helpful. In addition to that, personal care items. Those are expensive. Toothbrushes, toothpaste, diapers, wipes, shampoo, body wash. When we get those in, our clients are just absolutely thrilled. Same with paper towel, toilet paper, or bar soap, any of those kinds of things. They're a incredibly people are just so excited to see that when they come here. So those are wonderful things you can drop off. We've had Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts do neighborhood food drives. Like, if you want to do that, you live on a cul-de-sac, call your neighbors, do a food drive, give us a call. We'll come and pick it up. whatever you need to do. So as long as we have stuff on our shelves to give out to people, we know we're doing the right thing. So that's how people in our community can help.
Well, Heather, thank you for you and your team for all that you do for those 7 communities
Thank
and
you.
for all the people that you've helped every week of the year, especially coming into the holiday
Oh
season.
yeah.
It's a little bit tougher now.
Hmm.
Winter's coming.
Hmm.
The oil bill's going to be up. The electric bill's going to be up. So every little bit that helps.
Yeah, it's true. We already have people worried about their oil bills for sure.
Yeah.
So
So, Miss Heather, thank you very much for joining me on the show today.
thank
Um,
you, Jack. It was a pleasure. It's nice to see your face.
Scary as that might be, yes. And shout out to James Friedman and on the team over there at AACS for putting up with me every week. Folks, if you have the opportunity, please stop by, drop off some food, drop off a monetary donation, whatever it takes to take care of our community. Heather, thank you. Everybody, stay
Jack,
safe.
thank you so much.
Okay.